Um, so I've been out of the loop on Yu-Gi-Oh for a bit, at least for TCG. Um, Pretty much ever since Circular was banned. I had tried to cook a little bit to try and keep Link Libro alive with other engines besides Circular. Um, like I was thinking about this more recently. I was thinking about this Malice spell of Link Libro, but then I saw the price for White Rabbit, so I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna play a different card game like I was playing Illustrials for a while. I was getting into Pokemon, as you might have seen. So, but then a ban list dropped, and I received like 10 plus DMs. So I guess I have to watch this. Yeah, there's a reason for that, Shadow, because I haven't set up the browser scene yet. Because I want to pull up the ban list thing before I set up the browser scene. That's because I don't want random people on the internet seeing my browsing history. um, can't be too careful in Trump's America. Um, so I'm just gonna put it on Twitter. I'm not gonna bother finding the video. Alright, here it is. I found it. Good. So, let me set up the window caption. Alright, so here's the ban list. So first up, the limbs. These are like unimportant, like Cyberjar, Jackalope, Tsuchidoko are fine. These are all cards that should have came to free a long time ago. And then, thank you, Blue Blocker. Anyway, wow, they really did semi every fucking name of the top two decks, which is surprising. Normally they don't hit new cardboard, but wow, this is pretty good. Sharvara being at 2 is kind of cool. Collapse and Light Reverser being back at 2 was cool for Dragon Link. Although I suppose because they don't have Magic Dragon and they only have one Chaos Space still, I think probably fine. Um, Although it'd be cool to see D-Link not being as like crazy limited as they were before. Um, but yeah, that is a lot of semis for the top two decks. And Shirara being back is kind of neat, I guess. I guess because Yubel's been hit, it's probably fine to start letting Unchained, be back. So that's cool. With Yubel hit as hard as it's been, that's probably cool. And then we get to the limits, which is where we're excited. Okay, first off, the obvious stuff. Shifter hit, good. Tactics hit, also good. Bruce Worm hit is interesting. Probably because it's probably like a stealth Malice hit, but like people are probably sick of Bastille's. But yeah, it's mostly a Malice hit because Malice could use it as like an extender to like banish their own thing and get going that way, maybe. Or Malice was just playing the Bastille's anyway, so it's like a hit the Malice sort of. One detonator is really funny. It prevents Ryziel from repeating the detonator play, and it also makes them weak to Cafeteria Unicorn, which is interesting. Which is an interesting way to hit Ryziel to make them really weak to any deck playing Unicorn, which is kind of cool. Cross out to one. I guess they just want hand traps to resolve, but I guess that's also why they're hitting Shifter, because they realize, well, if we're gonna make it more likely for hand traps to resolve, we need to kind of hit Shifter, right? So I guess people just want their hand traps to resolve, and yeah, that's why people were annoyed with cross out being at free, is because people were too, it was too like much of a blowout for hand traps to not resolve. So that makes sense since it won an OCG for the same reason. Although it's more egregious in the OCG because of Maxi, but yeah, I can see the argument if we're going to start getting rid of the hand traps that are actually problems like Shifter. The only problem is they didn't hit Droll, which is annoying. Like having only one crossout now when Droll is going to be everywhere now is a bit of an issue still. But at least we're gonna see Shifter a whole lot less, so that stings a lot less. It still kind of sucks because of the Charmies are around still too, meaning there's still an effective Maxi in the format with Fulo off, but and having less crossout means you have less outs to Pua, which means you just lose a lot of the time if you're playing a certain type of deck. But it is what it is. That's just how it is in Master Duel. You have to play one crossout in Master Duel against effectively 6+ copies of Maxi, like 5+ copies of Maxi, which kind of blows. So it's kind of mirroring Master Duel now. And one bonfire was kind of big. They did semi Ash and Poplar, I believe. Yep. Which I guess is to make Snake Eye slightly more playable. But without OSS, like, it's not a big deal. I actually think semiing Ash and Poplar and limiting Bonfire actually really helps out Rescue Ace. Yeah, only having one Bonfire kind of sucks for Rescue Ace, but like having more Ash and Poplar gives you more access to Diabell Star in Rescue Ace and get the Hydrant easily. But that's just me thinking about Rescue Ace. But the big ones were the unlimits. Masterpiece is whatever. Like True Reiko's kind of past its prime now. Like, this isn't like far from going, haha, Mavericks is going to win MBT's banlist tournament again. It's just not enough these days, probably. And also, this is the reason I got DM'd 10 times. Circular came off. Well, it never should have been banned to begin with. It wasn't topping when it was banned. Droll was everywhere. It wasn't topping a single YCS. It never should have left, honestly, because it wasn't doing anything. I guess, like, at the time it was banned, they were worried that Mouse was just gonna play circular, and they wanted to rein in Mouse a little bit. But the thing is like, I don't even know if Mouse would even play a Mapback package at all, because it kind of doesn't play nicely with their deck, because they want to be able to mining for like a Mouse name rather than just doing it for circular. And like having the Mouse's extra is already tight. Like, I don't know how a Mouse extra would fit both Alimbertian and Laplacian, because Mouse's extra is just too tight. So circular coming back is really good, because it basically means I can play again, finally. I can not have to worry about buying a whole new deck. And I certainly don't have to play Libro Malice now, so I won't have to spend the, like, I don't know, like, what, how much was it, like, $70 to get 2 White Rabbit because it got semi'd? And Malice is still, like, playable-ish, so, like, it's still probably gonna be money. Especially after the all-in support. So it's good I can play the cheaper build of Link Libro now that I already have. And then we have the bans. Nightmare Griffin got banned. It should have been banned a long time ago, in my opinion. Honestly, Griffin should have probably been banned in spiral format, to be honest with you, because wasn't Griffin the big problem card in the spiral format? And like Tier played it at one time with Curious. Every time this card just keeps cropping up. Every now and again, Griffin just rears its ugly beak out and is annoying. Obviously, it's a Malice hit, but like, there was a time Tier played it, there was a time, and of course, Spiral famously played it. So, every now and again, there's gonna be some Link deck that can make this thing and just Floodgate, and it's annoying. So, best just get rid of it. Free up the design space. Banning Link Decoder is interesting, because, like, it's just another hit to a Malice extender, really, but, like, and even that, it's only, it was already, like, a kind of interesting card like Pure Cyber decks could play. Personally, I was never, like, a big fan of it, but, like, I could see why, like, other Link decks would like that card, but, like, and maybe it's just another consistency hit to Malice, you know, limit the extenders a little bit. But the big hits are the Abyss Dweller and Bahamut Shark. One thing I gotta say, I am glad I sold my Fluffle Core. I'm glad I got rid of my Fluffle cards now, because holy shit, Fluffle, like, at least the Skyhawk version of Fluffle is, like, dead now. Like, what do you even do going first playing Fluffle now? Like, you can't go for Bahamut Toad. You can't do Appaloosa anymore. What are you supposed to do? Do you just go for the IOC Souls line, you draw like a couple cards, and then you pass with a Agent type in your hand to like pop something, I guess. Or you just go second and just abandon the Skyhawk philosophy entirely, and you just like blind second and just try to kill them with Tiger and Kraken and stuff. But the Dweller hit is important because it's just a floodgate that people wanted gone for so long. It's just that they couldn't do this like a while ago because this card was a canary in the coal mine in tier format, and now that there isn't like a super dominant graveyard deck that on the level of tier, like now they can get rid of it because it's still proving to be a problem. And I think banning Dweller isn't just a balance thing. It's also a monetary thing. Like Konami wants to be able to sell the Orcust support. It's being banned so people will actually consider Orcust for tournaments. Because like Galatea I and Enlil Girsu is coming out very soon in that Battles of Legends set, I believe. So it's not just a balance thing, it's a monetary thing. Gotta sell those new pieces of cardboard. And there's a bunch of other decks that use the grave that are coming out soon. So it kind of needs to be hit. And Shark, the thing about Shark is it's a Mermail hit to the Mermail support. So that way they can't just get instant Toad access. And it also was just an easy way to trigger Dragoons. It sucks that Sharks and Fluff will have to take a huge L here, but the thing is like, I get the rationale. They had to hit Mermail, first off, and two, it's probably not a good idea for any deck having access to water level 4 to just get access to Totally Awesome. Let Totally Awesome be a thing specifically for Paleo. But if you're gonna play Totally Awesome in your deck, I guess what they're saying is they want you to actually play Paleo Frog. And what this tells me is also maybe we're getting some Paleo Frog support in the future. If they're not banning Toad. But yeah, it was to hit Mermail and to although that Snowdust Giant buyout that Mermail players are doing is really funny. Probably the funniest TCG player buyout since Ancient Leaf. Because Snowdust Giant is just really bad water rank 4 that they can detach to trigger Dragoons. Oh, it's really funny that they're doing a Snake Rain with Snowdust Giant. But that's the list. I'm very happy I get to play Link Reromancer again without having to buy a frickin' Malice Core, which is way too much money. Why I was looking at other games because the Malice chip was too much money. So that's what we're doing today. Well, give me 1 second to switch to my sim. There we go. Alright. Speaking of which, Shadow, I'm gonna need you to play with me, because I do not want to play against randos in Edo Pro with racist MAGA names and profiles. I logged in earlier to play, on EdoPro in the lobby, and I saw a fucking slur in one of the lobby names. Huh. All right. All right. Don't forget to make a change to your EdoPro deck list to remove the talents that you can't play because it went to 1. Probably easiest if I call you. I'll give you a call on Discord, so make this the coordination a bit easier. You know what? I'll just hop in the channel in your Discord if you want to join your channel in our Discord. The private one on your Discord, Shadow.
Hi.
Hello. Nice to have you on stream again, Shadow. It's been a while since we collabed.
We're happy to collab.
Alright, so in EdoPro, make sure you edit your deck list to take out the copies of talents you can't play, because it went to 1.
The problem is... What should we do? Like, we think like a second skeleton. You already know what we're playing, so it's not like...
I think it's right to play the second skeleton, because I don't think
Like...
when we did this before on Dueling Book off stream, I think the Duamatep was cope. I think the second skeleton is better.
Because like, yeah, we think just like being able to extend a bit more is better than if we just play with one skeleton is a bit scuffed. It feels weird.
Yeah, you lose the call by if you only play one skeleton.
Yeah, and like a second skeleton like saves the day or even like it lets you extend further.
And then for the second copy of talent that you have to take out, you just run a one of a return, I think.
No, that was already just one.
All right.
We just had to take out one card.
All right. Oh, right, because you were only playing 2 copies of talents. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not 3.
Yeah. So. All right. I will host, and then I'll give you the password once I enter it.
You can send it in the text chat of the channel. Nobody will read that, so...
Yeah.
Oh, we can see it on stream now. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if someone else that's not you joins, I can get rid of them.
You are not in EU Central Competitive, right?
I'm in EU Central Competitive, yeah.
Okay, because it didn't list you.
Try refreshing.
Ah, fuck, locked rooms, right? Sorry. We don't know why it is usually deactivated. We just...
That you?
Yeah, definitely. We don't know why we're always shown as player. We think we put in a name once.
Alright.
Give us a second. We need to... Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, we rolled a 3. Does this work? No, that does not. So special summon. This time we have to be like a bit more careful. An auto sim will just not be as forgiving as like Dueling Book is, where you can make a mistake and someone is like, ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just have to pitch one of them. Pitch this one.
Oh, bluff. Well, that's like the only card that Ash is any good against in this entire fucking deck.
Yeah, the problem is we cannot do anything else afterwards because we...
It's one of those hands, right? Needed to resolve it.
It needed to resolve, and now we're just boned.
Well, you'll be happy to know that my hand is poop too. This hand is really shit.
Maybe no, if we...
we have to get fire here.
What is this? What?
Well, I baited the interaction at least.
We don't know exactly where to choke the deck.
Usually Alan Bershin or Cyber Switch.
As we're boned anyways. We went first and we're not able to make any plays.
My board is gonna be underwhelming. Just let you know.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! I opened Signet Ritual. Meaning I have to do Diva T.
You get at least to summon more than twice. That's something. Like even.
I need this to even get to Diva T.
We didn't know, like, for some reason it didn't let us, like, activate 2 cards in hand that usually would have been activatable. That's the weird part of it. We couldn't summon the crown to the zone where the link arrow points to, even though the card says so. And we couldn't activate return. Otherwise we could have drawn 2 cards, we could have, like, went into the link 2 and started our play, but we couldn't click the cards. We swear, we couldn't click the cards. Like, it just didn't let us. The graveyard was also not something we could click, because, like, yeah, there's nothing in it to activate, so we just had to end our turn. Usually, like, there is, like, some white line around the cards if you can click them, but this time there wasn't. From Dueling Book, we would expect that, because Dueling Book is just broken, and you sometimes have to wait or restart the duel or so. But here, the auto sims we know as reliable. But,
I think World Crown has a requirement that you didn't meet.
yeah, but like return would have let us send Skeleton to the grave to just draw 2 cards, and it didn't let us. Or the crown.
Maybe it's just a bug, I don't know.
Yeah, this is just not fun to play when you can't play your cards that you should be able to play. At least we were able to set Dominus Impulse. That's more than we expected.
This gets me to Witch. However, I had to do this to get a spell engraved. And to trigger Witch. But I'm locked to link 2s and lower because of DVT. I can activate this. Send it so. Get that. We can't go for Heat Soul, unfortunately, because we're linked 2 and lower locked. So we just have to make IP early here. We can still go for Sage, though. But I have to... Since he negated fire earlier, I guess I just send fire from hand to make it. And we can still get the Disabler if we send Disciple and DVT. I mean, I can make the Synchro 7. Problem is I have significantly less link material. I don't think it's correct to use the Synchro as extra link material. I think I have to pass. I don't even have access to Doom Broker. So I don't even have intervention. It sucks.
Hopefully we can do... See? Oh! Wait, huh? Now we can click it.
I couldn't attack, really. I could have attacked over Galatea Eye, but... And I probably should have, but...
Do what you have to. It's just sorry. Oh, fuck.
I think I have to do this here. Because my options suck if I don't have enough link material.
Do we want to negate this with Crown? Do we think the Crown stays, hopefully?
I have to... It sucks that I have to do this. It's my only option.
Because if we...
I have to do SP as much as... no matter how bad it is. We'll banish... I think I want to banish the symbol skeleton from your graveyard.
Yeah, then we have to.
I can chain Super Factorial here. I need to do that early IP just to get the Sigma engrave. But all this is doing is popping out AI and ripping a card out of your hand. And against Orcust, ripping a card out of your hand, it could actually cause me a problem. Because if I rip like a Heart Pourer out of your hand, I just set up your graveyard. So do I even rip a card out of your hand? I actually have to think if I even want to rip a card out of your hand. Because if I rip Heart Pourer, I fucking lose. I just get rid of the Galatea Eye. I make up for not attacking it last turn.
Yeah, we can surrender. We have no place. We have nothing to summon. It's... Like, we could do it with the skeleton, it doesn't do anything different. And then what? What do we do? We send Sark because we can't do anything anyways.
If you activated King's Heart, you could have gotten happy and attacked over some of my stuff.
Do we not need to send a card for that? It's just don't have shit to do here anyways. Like, we're so dead. Like, what does Happy do? Happy dies then next turn.
Well, it's a freaky beater that attacks over my shit.
2/4. That only beats one of your monsters and the other, and then you kill us next turn still. Then what can we do? Like, we can summon a Galatea for a Galatea, and then what? Like, what does this do? Yeah, we have nothing to play. Can we start from scratch? Sorry, if the buttons would have worked, we could have like activated our cards.
Yeah, I'll just concede so we can start over from scratch.
This is so ass. Like, at least in Dueling Book, you always know that when you wait,
Yeah,
Dueling Book at some point.
Yeah, just click side deck and complete, and I'll just concede. We'll reset. All right.
Sorry, we want to at least have a fighting chance.
All right.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna.
Oops.
Yeah. Keep going so I can compete again. So that way we can reset.
That one cannot quit out of a match. We should have just quit immediately, because the problem is, like, at least let us click our buttons. If you negate our stuff and we then can't do anything, then it's fine. And it's just GG. We just got a bad hand and you negated some stuff, but if the game just doesn't...
It's back up.
Let us click. Sorry, we're just so tilted from today. Like, today was like... a day. Let's call it that. Okay, Paper Gang. Shit. Is this a hand?
This hand does fucking nothing. Pass. This hand's so bad.
Okay. We have to see what we can do.
This is about the only thing I can do to stop you.
What is the difference between that card and Maxi?
You can't use it with anything on your board, and if I draw too many cards, I have to shuffle some back. If the difference between our cards on board is greater than a certain value.
Do you have anything?
Nope.
So we can send Harp. So we don't wanna So we summon Skeleton. Let's get Ash here. Okay. What do we send? We think this card is pretty much useless here. So we get Babel. Activate Babel. You have something that you can chain on Babel? It's probably another Fuwalos or so that you can chain always. So now that we have done that, we will activate Harp. Have to. Here. No, we need Harp. Come on. Yup. Well, this is a dead end once again. Or is it? Oh, we don't like this. We have to do this. Can we still summon him? Because, like, we shouldn't be dark locked at this point. We can.
Yeah, Harp didn't resolve, so you're not dark locked, I don't think.
So we could attack with the Bungus, but we don't wanna. Otherwise we can't combo at all. Would be a bit sad. Shuffle one of your banished machine monsters, shuffle it into the deck. What could we even activate?
Galatea Eye.
Shit. Is the activation also negated? Would that mean a once per turn can activate it be activated again or not? Or is the attempt also?
I think so. So that's how it is with my hard ones is.
This fucking sucks what we have to do.
If you summon Galatea Eye, you can get to Longyear too at least.
So we get to Long. Activate. No. Oh, yeah, now we can summon at least... Oh. Now we could summon... Yeah, but Ding doesn't do anything here.
You get to end Little Gear 2 from this position.
This doesn't look good. Not like... Oh, sorry, why didn't we attack you after the first turn? Sorry, we thought this was our...
Because I had to pass on my first turn, right? Because I had to do the dual link special because I had nothing to do. My opening hand was ass. In fact, the Fua, my hand is slightly less ass now.
We're so mentally drained. We thought you... We stop Alan Bershon. At least we think so. Sorry, we're so mentally drained, we just forgot to attack. Just can't keep like brain onto just dead in the head.
And I have to do a really stuffed play here. Normal fire. I can't get fire effect because he has to be special for his effect.
Okay.
Addition. The problem is any interaction on this elm version that I lose. So this hand cannot be any interaction on this. Actually, it might, but it's gonna be iffy. Yeah, that's the one interaction I was worried about. Was you having
We had
crescendo?
crescendo.
Yeah.
We had crescendo in
Yeah,
hand.
I
We
was
didn't
thinking it
use
was infib. I was thinking it was infib because I had Crossy.
Yeah.
But I forgot that you
Yeah,
added crescendo.
Yeah, but you can't cross the crescendo since you don't have the card in.
Yeah. And that, back to you. Unless you want to do a babble shit in the end phase.
Sorry, we're... No. Oh, I'll be...
I have to resolve this, and this, because I didn't make anything with it.
Our PC just died. We swear, all monitors just went black, and our PC had its crash again.
That's okay.
At least it didn't happen during our stream, so we could play Silent. Usually during Silent Hill, it crashes 1 to a few times per stream, at least once. But we had no crash. We could play for 5 hours. That was something. And now just all monitors went black. Shouldn't take too long to get it back up again.
It's a shame because you were literally about to win.
Yeah, we can play again if you like. And this time a real match, because our PC usually doesn't do that like twice quickly in a row.
Alright.
We should have time for like a full match if you want, at least. At least we were in a winning position with things, so it doesn't look like we just quit out of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, usually we're more reliable, but stressful day, long stream, and then this PC. But yeah, we find it like really a bit scary that our deck is so easily stopped. You just negate one card and then we can't play anything for the rest of the turn. Pretty much. If we don't have like some magic extender like Crown in hand or stuff like that. Which is kinda sad.
Well, it's not entirely true. If you open like Gearsu, you have like a pretty good chance of beating interaction. Because if you normal Gearsu as your first play, you can use his secret effect to spawn the token, so even if Galatea I gets negated, or hand trap interacted with in some way, the token allows you to go immediately into the link to Galatea. If you open Gearsu.
Yeah, like the first duel we had Crown in hand. That's the thing. The sim just didn't react or so. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Back on the PC. Sorry, this time hopefully we can play without interruption. Yeah, oh, right, you have not opened yet.
Alright, because I need to quit out the match because you disconnected. Right, I need to reopen Edo Pro because you have that crash.
Oh, do you get stuck then?
Yeah, I had to close Edo Pro and then reopen.
Damn.
The room's up now.
Oh, show locked rooms, of course. There you are. Okay, so this time we can do it. Roll the 5. Okay. Ah, this hand is not fantastic, but it hopefully does the job. So now we shouldn't get interrupted, and then we hopefully can with this. We should at least get some plays done. You always have the Ash or the Infirm. It's wow. Always have that. Can we only activate one? Ah, okay. If you control no other monsters, you can special summon token. Ah, and then you can that way then like get into. Yeah, but we didn't have Gear 2 in hand, as you can imagine. Otherwise, we would have done that. This. So now, because we activated Harp already, we send Skeleton. Now we go into Galatea 2. Let's call her 1 and 2. That So now we shuffle back one of them, which we do with Nightmare. That one Orcust Spell and Trap. We do get Babble here or Crescendo if we can't. I think we get Babble, right? Babble is more important here.
Yeah, you generally have to get Babble if Galatea I gets interacted with. Unless you drew Babble.
No, unfortunately not. We were not that lucky. Now we bring back... Oh shit, we didn't need to do that. That was stupid. No, why did we do that? No. So, it doesn't matter because technically it is irrelevant. Nope. So we can go into Enlil. So we set 1 and pass the turn, unfortunately, on this. Ding doesn't do anything. Wait a second. We need to check the grave real quick. Okay. Origin story. That was some. Oh. Oops, sorry. Wait.
I have to do it this way.
Okay. Ash that.
That cuts me off the decoy, unfortunately.
We usually don't draw ashes for some reason. Send droplet for droplet.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Sorry, in the end phase, we activate her, punish the other one. Yes, we want. Isn't that cool that everything is a quick effect? By the way, only Orcust link monsters on the field are a quick effect, but they don't have a field effect on the field anyways, except for the issue. You ash this.
I want to cut you off of crown.
Okay.
I know if you already have battle, you can just search World Wand or World Crown with that.
Send Nightmare to get World Wand.
I guess that's another way to get it. Wait. You still need to find a way to restart it though.
So we send I would say we send Harp to do the usual shenanigans. Harp, special Gearsu. It's another body, and it has an effect. To select cards to send to the graveyard. Right, we get another skeleton in the grave. So now we activate. Oh, right. What we do now is we shuffle back this. So we take control of it. Activate skeleton to get Enlil back. And that should be lethal, right? That's lethal. It's so nice that we can steal monsters. That helps OTKing so much. Okay. Sorry, are we going first or second right now? We didn't see that.
I'm going first because I lost, remember?
Okay, right.
Open the one of.
If we change Fuwalos, it should resolve before yours resolves, right? And then
No,
we get the
that's
effect.
not how crossout works. Crossout negates all cards with that name for the rest of the turn.
So even if you change, okay.
It works exactly like Called by the Grey.
Wow. We're new to using this card.
Now, if you had Perulia, a different, more charming name in your deck, like, that would still work.
Okay.
I just have to commit immediately. Let's hope the crossout was enough.
We're surprised about our hand.
Okay,
In multiple ways. Let's say that.
Because I activated the effect this turn, I get the special summon. And we can go for Heatful. We'll get a Heatful draw. Oh, that's very interesting. We'll go assign that Ritual. Assign that Mining to get Addition. We'll activate Fire, revealing Sage.
Let's say if our draw next turn isn't good, like you probably have an easier time.
Big Boy.
Our hand is
Big Boy.
weird.
Big Boy. Field Spell. Field Spell. Doombroker. Ritual. stage effect. Fortunately, I have to banish fire from the monster zone. Good thing I got the addition in rotation. We'll make the level 7. Addition. And that gives us top HP. And the level 7 Synchro gets us the Doom Broker. Tab 1 and pass.
Yep, we can surrender. We have nothing to do. You should not have been able to stop that. Then, like, our hand could have looked different, maybe. But like this, it's yeah. I'd say now it's pretty.
I don't think it's worth that early. I'll just do a heat full draw.
We don't know where this gets us because we get to draw a card. That's the thing. Draw a card, yes. Wait. So, now that we got this far, we got to draw a card.
I didn't bother doing that because I know this deck doesn't give a shit about that particular hand trap.
If we steal a monster, you will just chain IP anyway. So
I think Talents is Warp and Intervention. Special Libro. Unfortunately, I can't do fire. I have to do Decoy. It's kind of fun.
Oops, sorry.
It does kind of limit my IP options because the Decoy is not a Cyberse monster. And I can't add Fire Burst, so it's gonna be hard to reach lethal next turn. King Sarcophagus. I don't think I do it yet. I think now is the time.
The bone now, right? You sent like 3 cards, and like the only thing that we can do will be gone, so we can just like surrender. To be fair, we had like no starters, nothing whatsoever, and you could like just kill both cards we could play, which we don't know even how far they would have gotten us. On Dueling Brick, we would have just liked to see what 2 cards we would have drawn, if that even would have made a difference or not. Maybe not even. Nope. Ah, we can just surrender. This is not
I
fun
did
to
make
play.
one misplay right at the end there. I should have chose not to send a card from your hand, because there was a world where if I had sent a Heart Horror, you were you could have like came back in like a big way if I accidentally sent a heart pour. I have to remember against Orcust I can't have Laplacian hand rep. It's too much of a liability.
You won. You won. Don't worry. Our hands are absolute dog shit at the moment. Without the Link 1, we don't think we would have won a single game so far. Except if he would throw. But 4 or 5 times or so. Then maybe. We can't click anything.
But I'm going second this time. I have to go second this time, so game 3 you're looking pretty good.
Not really. Another dead hand. No starter, nothing whatsoever.
Miser engine. Well, if you can get to the horse stuff without getting interrupted, you can zombie vampire to try to get the heart.
Why were we not able to draw a card just now? Are we not supposed? Is that not supposed to happen?
Im said he does that when he's summoned.
Im said he does that. Right. Yeah, that's all we can do.
Well, if you can send Happy, you can summon Happy and make Zombie Vampire and Mill to try and pull the fucking lottery machine to get Arf. I didn't know why you could have used King Sark again to send Happy and summoned Happy and made Zombie Vampire. To try and mill 5 to try to hit heart.
How we made Happy?
Read King Sark again.
Yeah, sure. We can send any horrors monster, but like, how does Happy help? Happy has like some banish monster shuffle effect, and we have nothing to shuffle.
It and them city are level 8. You could make Zombie Vampire and mill 5.
With just Imseti.
If you can summon both Imseti and Happy, you can make Zombie Vampire.
Yeah, but we don't have Happy.
King Sark is not a once per turn. You could send Happy as well.
Oh, fuck this shit. I thought it was.
Nope, you can use it up to 3 times per turn. That's why the horse engine is so good. For what it's worth, my hand is not ideal. It's kind of hand trap food if that card in your hand is a hand trap. I have to do this. Nib, that's probably not helpful. I have to commit to it. If it's a hand trap, it's a hand trap. Dominus Impulse also fucks me.
Oh, sorry. We're not paying attention just now. What does this do if this is Sorry, we don't. know.
Sigma just summons itself.
Wait, right. And
Cuts me off of this cuts me off of Super Factorial. So that means you won't have to worry about location, I believe. I have to make Albert, and I have to hope that that set card does not Dominus Impulse. Okay. Maybe we still have it.
So much, but like Yu-Gi-Oh is so much knowledge. You have to know 10,000 cards, what your opponent does, what it potentially interrupts. And you don't have to worry about crescendo. So if you're thinking about that, that requires an Orcust.
I was worried it was either crescendo, imperm, or Dominus Impulse because that could have stopped down version.
Yeah, crescendo does nothing. But we have other cards we can set. We can set a return for just like...
Yeah, I was worried it was imperm or Dominus Impulse, to be honest.
It might be.
I will special summon this here.
It's sad that crescendo is like dead when you can't establish like anything whatsoever. Like it's not just a card that you can just like activate, but otherwise like everybody would play crescendo then, right? That's like basically why it doesn't have like a generic cost like Solemn Judgment, so that it's archetype specific.
Alright, let's make Mr. Soul. Draw. Definitely get this. Sorry.
If you can kill us here.
I might. It's gonna depend. I don't think access code is lethal, but I don't think I can crash all your cards on field. And keep in mind I'm under circular, so I can only attack with one monster. So if I do the update line, I could maybe kill you if I have enough stuff to banish, but it's risky. Like if that hand trap, if that set card is anything that can fuck access code, I can't kill you. I have to add 2 fucker here. I basically have a choice. Either I go for lethal of access code or I try to build a board. And that's my big thing, is that if I go for the access code lethal line, I risk losing to your trap card.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to use everything to get to update plus access code. And it means not establishing Doom Broker. Oh, I can technically establish Doom Broker and still get to access update, but it's kind of... I think I have to take the Gamba. It's not worth doing the full normal board. I have to do something like this. I think I still make the Save Worm. I still want the Save Worm engraved.
Still, we're disappointed that we couldn't really play our deck, except one time. Like, we want to at least have a fighting
I want
chance.
Kickstarter gone, unfortunately. I can't get rid of the other one. Unfortunately, I can't stop Insetti from triggering, though.
Think you one Sage on the field, or what do we send here?
Oh,
Like
Sage stops the Save Worm.
Right, that's why we want to send this. Right, if we remember correctly, that was the card that we couldn't send here that, like, restricts what you can do now.
I have to commit to access code now if I'm gonna do it. I'm going to think that that card is simply a bluff. As Gage would say, no gamble, no future. I'm worried about what this is. Oh, it was a dead crescendo, okay. I was sweating it was Impermanent Dominus Impulse.
I have to check the dice real quick. Okay.
I think instead he's big enough that this isn't lethal.
Yeah. If you can attack only twice, then no, it shouldn't be lethal.
Alright.
Couldn't you, like, have banished Heat Soul?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
You could have attacked 3 times. Or not?
No. Because I only get 1 bonus attack from the update.
Oh.
The fact that the vanish card is the pops. So I could have popped Insetti, but I really didn't want to pop Insetti. Because if you got access to another King card, you could bring it back. And draw another card.
Yeah, but not in the same turn. You could have killed us there.
Yeah. Again, like, I was worried about that trap card is the problem. I didn't think it was a dead crescendo. I thought it was Imperm or Impulse.
Like, we're mad that our deck really let us down. Like, holy shit, were our hands complete dog shit.
I couldn't get to and my intervention's offline because I couldn't get to Doom Broker and Access Code in the same hand, I don't think.
Like, holy shit, were our hands dog shit all 3 games. Even the game we won, it was bad.
You have normal tier 2 into an empty board, that's full Orcust combo, so chances are good you're gonna come back.
Do we want to... Can we activate both effects now?
Yep. It's an empty board.
So, first we would say we send... what do we send first? Harp, right? As always.
God, I should have set that. That was a misplay. I really should have set this card in my hand. Before I just clicked enter like an idiot. I should have went main 2 and set. But now, like, you're completely unfeathered because I didn't set that.
So now we can summon the tokens.
Oh, I lose because of that misplay.
We'll give it to your link arrow to block it. Feels like your card doesn't have any effect that we... what do we buff? Let's buff Gearsu.
Oh, I lose.
Now we send Harp. We could special her there, but we just don't want to.
Yeah, I should have banished more to get the Insetti off of the board, but I was worried about you drawing cards, but I didn't realize it was lethal.
So now we get Babel.
I always like one-up myself about playing around the fucking choruses. Yeah. Yep.
You could have killed us earlier. We don't know why you didn't do that.
Because I was thinking, oh, I need to do this in such a way that you can't draw off Insetti. Also, I didn't set something in main 2 like I should have.
What we could do now is... Yeah, we do this. Yeah, hopefully we don't fuck this up right now. Because we definitely need to not fuck this up right now. No? So now we summon Skeleton.
You win, I think.
Wait a second. We summon Enlil, which lets us activate Bring Back Enlil. Now we can get this. No. Now we take back take control of your access code. Anything else that we want to do?
You can use access code's effect to banish my token, so you can just get in easily. Or just use Ding for that purpose, I guess.
Send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. We guess that your set card is not something that stops us.
You know what it is. You know it's intervention that's not live because I don't have a Libro ritual monster.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. We might have looked at our phone for like a second. And we would have seen, yeah, that it is the usual.
Ah, I beefed it. Sorry.
Hey, let's say you could have... Huh?
Yeah, it's just that I didn't realize it was lethal. I thought... I was scared of the trap. I was too worried about playing around the fucking drop of Insetti.
Yeah, but that wouldn't done in that situation. Like, it's not like with Marju. With the Marju deck, we had Mosquito, and we could have chained Mosquito, prevented you from... could we? if it really comes in right that moment, we might have survived, but we don't know. It might have even still been lethal. So like, yeah, Orcust can stop you if you attack twice in that situation.
Well, the problem is if it
Like,
was Imperm or Domus Impulse, um, access code couldn't have gotten over Imseti or popped any of your stuff if it was Impulse or Imperm, so it was kind of risky. And I was too worried about preventing the Imseti draw. I was like, oh, I don't want
hmm,
to put Imseti in your graveyard because you'll reborn it next turn if you have some way of staying alive somehow. Like, if you had a way to shrink access code somehow. Like, if you had a way to, like, do a babble effect to get something in
yeah,
defense to stay alive.
yeah. Yeah, if we could have at least summoned like Galatea 1, then then Crescendo would have been live.
Yeah, because I didn't look in your graveyard to see that you didn't have anything to babble for like you couldn't like use babble to get something in play in defense position to block me.
Yeah. And without a link monster, Crescendo is dead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Because
probably wanted.
I thought it was Impulse and fucking Imperm.
Yeah. To be fair, we sided that out and we sided Nibiru in and Droll just because we wanted to like stop your plays. Maybe we shouldn't have. We didn't see any of those cards anyway, so at least
Yeah,
not when we.
yeah, I only sided in my Droll and my Dib just as crossy targets. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
this build of my deck on Edo Pro doesn't have my updated side deck. Otherwise, I would have sided in Lancia.
You can update your side deck and then we can play with that now if you want.
I actually kind of want to wrap up the stream. I do have some stuff to do today. Plan on
Okay.
this being a kind of short stream. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow for Pokemon. Take care. Bye.